So this producer comes into the studio last month, right? And he's talking big, like, man, I want a $2,500 upfront beat fee, and I need 30% gross master ownership on top of it. 30%. I look at him and I'm like, bro, do you even know what 30% of gross master ownership actually means on an independent release?
30% gross. That is wild, Universe. People get so confused because they hear about points on major label deals and they think points equal direct master ownership percentage. But on a label deal, 3 to 4 points just means 3 to 4% taken directly out of the artist's overall royalty rate. So think about the math there. If the artist's royalty rate is 16% and the producer takes 4 points, producers get paid a share of the artist royalty. 4 out of 16 is 25% of the artist's whole royalty check.
25%. See, that is where cats get burned. They hear 4 points and think, oh, 4%, that's tiny, give him 4%. But it is a quarter of the whole pot.
Exactly. And when you are independent, there is no master label royalty rate established by default. So you have to establish what we call a deemed royalty baseline. Say you set a deemed royalty rate of 20% in your contract. If you give that producer 3 points, you take those 3 points and divide it by that 20% deemed rate. 3 divided by 20, that equals 15% of third-party direct monies, not 30% gross.
15%. That is literally half of what that kid was asking me for in the room. So I had DZ jump on the phone with us right there in the booth, and DZ broke down that exact deemed royalty math to him. We put together an official letter of direction, an LOD, for SoundExchange instead of giving away raw master ownership.
And that letter of direction is the whole key to protecting your business infrastructure. SoundExchange operates under federal guidelines where artists can redirect royalties to the party or parties of their designation. So instead of you having to remember to pay that producer every single quarter out of your own bank account, SoundExchange takes that LOD, reads the 15% designation, and routes his share straight to him directly from non-interactive digital streams.
Man, that manual paying stuff is where everybody messes up. I can't even tell you how many indie artists I know who are relying on like informal Venmo splits. They drop a track, it gets play on Pandora or SiriusXM or iHeartRadio, and thousands of dollars in non-interactive digital radio royalties are just sitting there trapped in SoundExchange because nobody ever filed an LOD.
Thousands of dollars left on the table because of lazy accounting. Venmo is not a corporate payment system, Universe. Venmo is how you pay someone back for tacos. When you execute a formal LOD with SoundExchange, those non-interactive digital radio monies get split at the source. It automates your payouts, creates a clean audit trail, and converts what used to be a casual beat hustle into legitimate corporate enterprise revenue.
A clean audit trail, man. That is the difference between a hustle and a real company. And look, once that automated SoundExchange deposit starts hitting your business account every quarter, what are you doing with that cash? Most guys take that first big deposit and go buy a new chain or go flex in Miami. But what we preach is taking those automated master payouts and routing them straight into dedicated business credit reserve accounts or dividend-paying index funds.
Dividend-paying index funds. That is how you compound master money, Universe. When you move royalty money straight into business reserves, you build up your corporate financial statement. Bank underwriters look at that consistent, automated royalty revenue stream and those liquid index fund reserves, and suddenly your music catalog becomes collateral. That is how you secure high-limit business credit lines to fund your next tour or market your next project without giving up a single share of your equity.
Without giving up equity. Man, coming up in Ohio and coming down to Florida, starting from absolute zero, nobody taught us about business credit or catalog equity. We just thought you get paid and you spend it. But formalizing producer LODs and stacking those checks inside corporate reserves changes the whole legacy game.
It shifts you from a gig worker chasing beat fees to an asset owner building multi-generational catalog equity. lock in the math, file your LODs, and let the corporate infrastructure work for you.
Facts, man. Get your paperwork right and protect your masters. Good chatting, DZ. Talk soon.